There's a lot of information that we're all getting thrown at us about strength training and bodybuilding. And it's my intention with this video to clarify and try and give you some underlying basic information so that you can evaluate the information that's coming at you. So make decisions that are right for you. I'm just going to start off saying you may be watching this video and you're in pretty good shape and you're looking to get a little better, or you may be watching this video and you want to start out. You're just getting started out and you are feeling a little overwhelmed by the amount of information that is out there. So all of you are welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. My name is Dr. David Russ. I'm a chiropractor. I practice in Portland, Oregon. I appreciate you being here. I hope you subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. Try to be entertaining and informative. So the question is, how does strength build? And the answer is that you're always teaching your body what you need from it. Whether you need it to be sedentary and quiet and not ask much of you, or whether you need it to be energetic, strong, and flexible, either way, within the limits of your genetic composition, you can teach your body either one. If you've been sedentary for a long time, sedentary job, sedentary hobbies, spending a lot of time on the couch, you have taught your body that it does not need to be strong or flexible or have much endurance. But you can teach it other things too, and it's never too late. You can start right now, and it will learn. The way that you teach your body that you need it to be strong is by pushing and pulling against resistance consistently over time. And really, that's it. That resistance can be body weight. It can be resistance bands like stretchy bands. It can be pulleys and weights. It can be free weights. It can be machines at the gym. It really can just be your body weight. In yoga, famously, there's no weights used, there's no resistance used, but you will build strength doing yoga consistently because you will be asking a lot of your body in terms of balance, holding yourself up over a long period of time, sometimes 3 to 5 minutes to hold a certain pose. It can be really, really challenging and build a lot of strength. So I say consistently, and by consistently, I mean at least 3 times a week. 4 is good. 4 times a week is good for a strength training workout. Twice a week is good. 4 times a week is really good. 3 times a week is okay. Once a week is not bad, but you're probably not going to build a lot of strength. And 5, 6, or 7 times a week, and you're risking injury. So unless you are already a conditioned athlete, I do not recommend daily workouts. If you're just getting started, I recommend 3 to 4 a week. It's a good place to start. Why do we care? Okay. Well, a big one is mental health. And I know this is tough for people who are struggling with depression and anxiety. It can be paralyzing because a big part of the recipe for feeling better is movement. And it can be outside movement, it can be inside movement, but movement. And strength training in particular is an excellent remedy for mood disorders, including depression and anxiety. Simply the experience of moving your body and feeling your muscles and feeling your joints. It may be unpleasant to you consciously, at first especially, but it is feeding your subconscious and it is good for you. And it will change the messaging that you're getting from your subconscious mind to the conscious mind, the part that you're aware of. Basically, you are just your cells. That is all you are. And when your cells are happy, you're happy. And when your cells have energy, you have energy. It's that simple. So movement and exercise upregulate the happiness and energy in your cells. So mental health, that's a big one. Physical capability is another big one. Being able to carry a heavy grocery bag, pick up your luggage when you're at the airport, and feeling capable and being capable of moving things from one place to another, and of being active. The capability to row a boat, the capability to pick up a child or a grandchild. You can improve that capability because that capability is based on strength and flexibility. And you can practice those things and you can teach your body that you need more of it. And it does happen when you're consistent over time. At this point, I think it's a good time to say I really appreciate and enjoy doing these videos. If you like watching and you would like to support my channel, something you can do is go to my Fullscript dispensary, and if you're buying supplements, buy them through my Fullscript dispensary. I get a commission. You get a 20% discount. All my viewers do by using the link that's in the video description. Shipping is fast and free on orders over $50. The selection is enormous. And if you look at the selection and you don't see your normal brands, that's because the brands are all provider-only brands. If you need help picking something out, let me know. The link to my website, contact form is also going to be in the video description. Reach out to me. We'll set up a video consult. We can just talk about your nutrition and we can get you on a good path. Okay, let's start with some basic principles. First of all, if you haven't yet watched my video called The Foundations of Fitness, I recommend that you watch it. You don't have to go watch it right now, but watch it after you watch this one. It's about cardiovascular fitness, in particular aerobic fitness. And aerobic fitness is the foundation of all fitness. Aerobic fitness is your body's ability to take in oxygen from the air, distribute it through the circulation to the cells. Those cells can then uptake that oxygen and use it to burn sugar and fat in order to give you energy. That's aerobic fitness, and you need that first. Sometimes, if someone has been sedentary, if you've been sedentary for a long time, you may need to do 3 to 6 months just of aerobic training. The good news is, at the end of that 3 to 6 months, you're going to feel a lot different and a lot better. Your body will be really ready to start strength training. You will already be stronger. You'll already be more flexible. You'll already have more energy and better mood and better sleep and better, more regulated appetite. All of those things will happen if you're not aerobically fit now and you commit to doing that, which would take you 3 to 6 months at the most. You're going to feel a lot better. So aerobic fitness is important. When you watch that video, you'll understand why completely. But the short answer for right now is when you are exercising and pushing and pulling against weight, you're asking your cells to produce a lot of energy, and you need them to be aerobically fit in order to do that effectively and safely. Which brings me to point number 2, basic principle number 2. Number 1 was aerobic fitness. Number 2 is avoiding injury. If you want to be consistent over time with pushing and pulling against weight, then you have to avoid injury, because injury means you have to rest. And when you're resting, you're not strength training. It is very important to rest when you're injured. The number 1 cause of injuries going chronic in my practice is people not resting and giving their body a chance to heal. So if you are injured because you overdid it, you're going to lose time. I understand you might feel super gung-ho and excited, and a lot of times people are at the gym and it's that one more rep. I really recommend that you approach your limit gently from underneath and not try and jump down on it from the top, because this is what gets you hurt and this is what keeps you healthy. So if you're doing a little less per workout, but you're able to be consistent with your workouts 3-4 times a week, week after week after week, because you're not injuring yourself, you're going to get much better results a lot faster. So avoiding injury. Number 3, enjoyment. Try to find some things that you do that you enjoy. Some people really love lifting weights. I really like going to the park and working out on playground equipment or just doing push-ups on benches outdoors. I'm lucky in this climate. I can work out outdoors pretty much all year. There's a little bit of time in the summer when it's too hot, and there's a little bit of time in the winter when it's too cold. But like 10 months of the year here in Portland, I can be outside. That's what I really like doing. You can really strengthen your lower body with running. You can really strengthen your lower body and get aerobic work climbing stairs or climbing hills. You can do yoga. You can do Tai Chi. You can do Pilates. You can work out with weights. You can work out on machines. You can do a Zumba class. You get the picture. Find some things that you like doing and do those, because not only then are you more likely to do them, but the process is a lot more fun. What do you do if you just don't like any of it? Well, then you just go find something to do and do it consistently. And I bet you over time you'll learn to enjoy it, because you're going to associate the experience with good feelings in your body and good changes and just feeling better. So that happens over time. So start with aerobic fitness, avoid injury, find something you like. Number 4 is very related to that, which is once you start developing strength, use that strength to do something fun. Don't just go to the gym just to go to the gym, unless that's what you really want to do. But, oh, look, I'm stronger now. I can paddle a boat. Look, I'm stronger. I can, and my balance is better. I could do stand-up paddleboard. Can you tell I like lakes and rivers? I really do. Or like I used to ski when I was a kid, and now my legs are strong again. I'm going to go cross-country skiing or downhill skiing or snowboarding or roller skating or bowling or whatever floats your boat. You're going to find that you're going to have more capability. I encourage you to use that capability in the pursuit of happiness, pleasure, and fun. Number 5, don't necessarily do it alone. Some folks want to do it alone. I am one of those folks. I'm actually more accountable just to myself than I am to anyone else. And if I have to coordinate my workout with a gym buddy, that makes it harder for me. Other people don't want to do it alone. They work better with a gym buddy, that accountability, and there's a social aspect to it. So whether you work out with a gym buddy or not, when I say don't do it alone, I mean find an online community. Or better yet, work out with a trainer. So it's a nice segue to the next part, which is for me to endorse the use of personal trainers. There are expensive personal trainers and there are less expensive personal trainers. Most gym memberships come with 2 or 3 sessions for free for them to get you started. They will probably try to sell you more, but you can say no. The point of a trainer is to help direct and guide you. So they'll ask you your goals and where you want to get, and they will give you some ways to get where you want to go. And the other very important thing that a trainer can do with you and for you is to watch you. So especially if you are lifting weight, it is really good to have somebody watch you. Because remember, number 1, basic principle, or number 2 or 3, basic principle number 2 was to avoid injury. Bad form is the number 1 cause of injury. And it is way better to do 5 reps with really good form than to do 8 reps where the last 3 are bad form. That's how people get hurt. So again, consistency over time. Have someone watch you, even if it's just for a few sessions, even if it's over video. It can be an enormous, enormous help. Let's talk about some protocol stuff that you may be learning and hearing about online. One of the big arguments is, should I do a lot of reps with low to moderate weight, or should I do just a few reps with heavier weight? And the answer is it really depends on what you want to train your body to do. For example, I like paddling. So when I do my upper body workout, I'm not interested in pushing out 3 to 5 reps with some max weight. That doesn't match what I want to do with my body. I want my arms and my torso to be able to paddle for like an hour or 2, where each paddle stroke is not a great deal of resistance. It's some resistance, pulling and pushing a boat, but I want to practice higher reps, lower to more moderate weight. That's what I want to do. The good news is that if you have a good aerobic base, if you're consistent, and if you avoid injuring yourself, you're going to get the results that you want. You're going to get stronger. It really doesn't matter how much weight is on the bar. What matters about the amount of weight on the bar is that it's right for you that day. It's going to fluctuate. What matters about using machines versus free weights is, which one do you enjoy? Which one feels more appropriate to you on any given day or during any given stage of your fitness journey? That's what's important about it. I like the machines for a few things. Number 1, it protects your joints. Number 2, it protects you from dropping the weight. So if you're just getting started with strength training, machines are a really good way in. It's kind of set up, the circuit is set up at the gym in such a way that all of your muscle groups will be worked. It's set up in such a way that you can easily adjust the weight. You don't have to be hefting heavy weights from the rack to the bar and back, where sometimes people drop them on their foot and injure their foot. Or sometimes if someone's doing a bench press and it's too much weight and they can't push it, it can injure them by literally falling on your chest. When you're using a machine, those risks are taken out of the picture. So it's a really, really good way to get into it. Some people only ever use machines and it works just fine for them. The advantage of using free weights is it's more demanding on your body. I mean, for one thing, the process of moving the weights on and off the bar is exercise, is strength training. But for another thing, without the machine to stabilize and guide your joints through the range of motion, it's more challenging on your body. And that could be good because challenging your body consistently over time is what allows you to build strength, but it could be detrimental if it's too much and it causes you to injure yourself. The important thing is it's not important. The important thing is that you get there and that you do some strength training consistently in order to get the results that you want. You can look at the question of, should I use heavy weight, low reps, or lighter weight, longer reps? Again, in terms of what are you trying to teach your body to do, but also in terms of like, it really doesn't matter. Whatever feels safer to you, whatever feels better. What's important is that your form is good. I do recommend if you're doing lighter weight and higher reps that you really take your time and let each rep be long. Again, that's going to increase the area under that curve and cause you to do more work. Okay. Another question that we get is, which is better? Should I do these full body complex movements, or is it better to isolate muscle groups one at a time? And the answer is probably not surprising. It really doesn't matter that much. It really just depends on what your goals are. So you see people, pretty fit people, let's say hanging from a set of rings, and they kick up their legs and they use their core and they use their upper body to get the rings underneath them. And then they go back down and they do these full body pull-ups, many repetitions. That is very difficult and it's a very complex movement. That's something that you'd need to be taught to do. So you would want to work with a trainer and something that you would need to build up to. You also see people, even just a deadlift. So picking up a bar off the floor and getting it to thigh height and putting it down over and over. It looks really simple, but to do it correctly, there's a technique to it. And it's something you should be taught to do. It definitely does increase your core stability. It definitely does teach your muscle groups to work together in ways that your muscle groups don't learn if you're using a machine or an exercise that isolates one muscle at a time. But there are benefits to using machines, like I said before, and there are benefits to just isolating one muscle at a time. Sometimes you just want to rehabilitate one particular movement. Sometimes you know that you're deficient in a particular area of strength and you kind of want to focus on that in order to bring it up to speed so that your body can work better together in coordination. That's a place where working with a trainer would be really helpful, even if it's just 1 or 2 sessions. I get asked the question a lot, how long is it going to take me to get where I want to go? And of course, that depends on where you start, and it depends on your general level of health and your genetics. But I can tell you that if you are consistent and you start today from 0, total couch potato, and you start with aerobic training 4 times a week, 30 minutes each time, in 3 to 4 months, you're going to feel a lot different. You're going to look a lot different. You're going to be sleeping better, and you'll have a more regulated appetite. And then if you started to add some strength training on top of that, in a year, you could have a very, very different body. And that's really at whatever age you're starting at. So I hope you start. We talk sometimes about supplements to support this process. So here we go. Building strength is about building muscle, but it's not just about building muscle. You also have to build connective tissue. So you're going to need lots of protein, ideally from either lean meat, or if you are a person with a plant-based diet, you can get your proteins from plant-based sources. There are pea proteins out there that are good, complete proteins and that you can mix into your smoothie. And will give you plenty of protein. Creatine is a supplement that we hear about. It helps with muscle recovery, and that is true. Creatine specifically is there to help muscles that have burned through their energy store rebuild that energy store, and that's what muscle recovery is. Magnesium and zinc are essential for all tissue building, not just muscle, but connective tissue as well, as is vitamin C. So I recommend those things. And finally, something that's good to have around is arnica. Arnica is an herb. It's been used forever for aches, pains, and muscle soreness. You can apply it topically. But you can find arnica gel and arnica oil and arnica cream and arnica ointment in any Whole Foods, health food store, place like that. Or you can buy it through my Fullscript dispensary, even better. And rub it on sore muscles. It really, really helps. Or better yet, get a friend or partner to rub it on there for you. I hope this has been not confusing, because my intention has been to clarify. And it's been challenging for me to boil this down. But I hope that it's been helpful to you. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I invite your comments and questions.